Good evening. Welcome to the Jim Bohannon Show from Westwood One Radio. We're at 1-866-50-JIMBO. Happy to talk with our guest tonight, a repeat guest on the program, psychologist, media expert, and nationally syndicated talk host Dr. Dorree Lynn, co-founder of the Institute for the Advanced Study of Psychotherapy, and also a person with a great website, 50andfurthermore.com. That's 50, F-I-F-T-Y, 50andfurthermore.com. And now you have come out with When the Man You Love Is Ill. It's published in trade paperback by Marlowe and Company, and it is subtitled Doing Your Best for Your Partner Without Losing Yourself.
First breaking news tonight in the case of missing mom Stacy Peterson. We have just received a copy of that anonymous letter.
From a psychological standpoint, you have to question the veracity of the letter to begin with. And if someone really cared, why wouldn't they have signed it?
Look, I agree. Dorree Lynn, thanks a lot.
My Generation is provided by the more than 39 million members of AARP.
Sex is never simple. Just ask My Generation sexpert, Dr. Dorree Lynn. Now, tell me this, the subject of sex, some people will think it's scary and others will think it's just complicated.
A lot of people think it's scary, but one of the wonderful things about getting older is everything has changed. Your body has changed, your relationships have changed. Why not change your attitude? Do you know what the biggest sex organ is? And I can see that look right there.
Well, I'm not sure.
It's your mind.
Okay.
It's your mind. So all you have to do is change your attitude, and sex can be fun. Of course our bodies change. We're a little bit like cars who need overhauls. But you know what really happens is it's physiological. Women go through menopause. It used to be a time when you didn't even mention the word, but everybody goes through menopause. So you have premenopause, menopause, postmenopause. And what happens? Your hormones change. And any man who's ever lived with a menopausal woman knows all about it. You get things like vaginal dryness, you get mood swings, you get somebody who's hot day and night or cold day and night. It's difficult, and it's not all psychological, although people have a very hard time determining which is which. And men, they're not spared either. Their erections change. It's not quite as firm. Sorry, guys, I have to tell you this. Not quite as firm, not quite as long, maybe not quite as often. But there are things you can do about it.
Well, okay. Okay. Breaking out a sweat just talking about it.
Why is dating so hard?
It's a new game for most of us. Either we've been married or widowed or we haven't dated and we're at a different age. It's a whole new ball game. Of course it's hard.
So you suggest that an individual put together a checklist of some sort
I do, because it helps you focus and let you know what you're looking for. And the trick is to not be so exacting that if there's a surprise package, you're not available to see it.
They have this thing out there now called internet dating services and sites, and how do you feel about that?
I think they're terrific if you do them well and cautiously. First thing you want is truth in advertising. You know, put out who you are, tell you your current picture, say what you want, and be careful in the process.
You talk about safer sex.
Absolutely. Very few people realize that we are a major population in danger. You've got to watch out for HIV, for AIDS, for STDs, all the stuff you worried about as a kid. And you do have to use condoms because the life you save may be your own. Do you find yourself fighting with your friends and family? Are you kicking the dog and annoyed with the cat? Are you waking up at night crying more easily? Have you wondered if it's part of the anxiety we're all feeling? Then this show is for you.
I'm very pleased to introduce Dr. Dorree Lynn, who is a psychologist. She joins us today. She has a new book called When the Man You Love Is Ill. This is a fantastic book, but I guess I have to ask you, why did you write it for women?
First of all, thank you for having me, and I am so excited to be part of my time and working with you. It's wonderful. And the reason I wrote it for women is women are the majority of caregivers, and women don't know how to say no. Women
That's
get
true.
sick, and then you've got two people who are out of commission.
All right, give me some tips. What are the things that we need to know if we're caring for a loved one?
Well, the first thing you have to know is to reach out for help. You can't do it alone.
That's true.
Period. Reach out. And that, interestingly, is the hardest thing for people. They get embarrassed. You reach out. The other thing is to join a support group if you need one. Talk about it. You know, with all our talking in society, people still don't talk about these things. There's organizations out there to help anyone at any time. And always get an advocate if you have to go to the hospital. Don't go alone.
All right. Dr. Dorree Lynn, when the man or woman you love
Absolutely.
is ill. Thank you for being with us. Wish you best of luck with your book.
Thank you.
We're joined now by Dr. Dorree Lynn, a leading psychologist. Dr. Lynn, what would drive a woman to do this?
Well, Rita, the first place I would look as a professional is into the relationship. And I'm guessing that there was a relationship problem and that she felt in some way her relationship was threatened if she wouldn't bring home a baby.
Do these women actually think they're going to get away with these crimes?
Yes, they do. They are so off base and so desperate, and it's desperation that drives them, that they actually think in some way they will get away with it. Sadly so, of course.
So what do you tell your family? Well, psychologist Dorree Lynn is here this morning to answer that which is the toughest of questions, talking to kids about this.
How much do we expose children to the news and to all of the bad things that happen?
That puts it pretty succinctly.
It absolutely does. And to answer her question, the first thing you do is you listen to children. You don't tell them. And you ask, what do you want to know? What do you know? The second thing is to turn off the TV. I hate to say this on national TV, turn off the TV. And to listen to them and respond to what they're asking. If you understand your strong suits and your challenges, you can be kinder to yourself, and you can work within the personality type that you are to help your partner. Some people do very well sitting by somebody's bedside all day. Other people say, let me go to work, I can't stand this anymore. And then they feel guilty. There is nothing wrong with this. And one of the things that I try to empower people to do is to learn how to say yes to who you are, yes to what kind of help you need, and no, no, no to people who tell you the way you're supposed to be. Think of it this way. If you're the caregiver and your roots are not well watered, your own branches wither and die. So you are the focal point. Without you, everything falls apart. So it is not being selfish or self-centered to take care of yourself. It is the wise step so that you have enough energy to be able to do what you need to do.